I don't know how many years on this earth I got left. I'm gonna get real weird with it.
Hello my darlings, and welcome to this Get Real Weird With It vlog. Apologies for my voice. I am still recovering from my illness and I haven't gotten it back yet. It's still bizarre, but it's been over 2 weeks and the show must go on. Now I know there wasn't a Get Real Weird With It in December. My apologies, I just ran out of time. However, I will continue to do Get Real Weird With It every month. It feels weird not to. Now, if you've been with me for a long time, you'll know that in the beginning with my Get Real Weird With It vlogs, I used to have fun with makeup. I used to play around with some interesting looks, and I am getting back into that. I totally forgot I used to have a lot more fun with makeup for my Get Real Weird With It vlog. So today I am channeling Elizabeth Taylor's Cleopatra. I actually had a few subscribers tell me I was giving them Cleopatra vibes, so I thought, let's actually go for Cleopatra. So yes, I went Elizabeth Taylor for the makeup inspiration. Today my liquid eyeliner decided it was the day it was going to dry out, so I had to do it with a pencil, so it's not that clean and precise, unfortunately, but I made do. If you were to ask me though who my favorite or sexiest Cleopatra is, it would be Monica Bellucci. The movie is not good, but Monica is always flawless. So let me get straight into it because I don't know how long my voice is even going to last in this state. So I read The Slip by Merriam-Webster, and yes, I did accidentally put it in my November reading wrap-ups vlog. This is what happens when you read far in advance. That was a mistake. That was not meant to go in there, so it's here. So this is a short story collection featuring roiling sea foam, involuntary fecal transfer, cunty moray eels, stormy threesomes, horse girls, dirty boys, and their dying grannies. They are stories about people and relationships that slide through our fingers like seawater. Each story is laced with Australian melancholy and an awareness that life is just about slipping up beautifully. Hey! Now, on the synopsis, it says it's brimming with dark humour and an eye for the uncanny. I found it, personally, to be more of a mundane slice of Aussie life. The cats, pick a room, guys. In order else. So essentially, I was expecting more taboo stuff, more weirdness, and instead, I don't know, it was just odd normalcy, I guess. So I was disappointed in the stories. It just wasn't what I was expecting going into it. Just, yeah, a little too much normalcy for me, and just reading about rich Aussies in Brighton and the like. What would I say is comparable? I'd probably say Like You Had a Choice by Ivan Nikolai, but that does have more weirdness. So I was expecting more like that, but instead I got litfic day in the life stuff. Aussie edition. The next book I read was Sticky Time by Alex Moreno. So I was kindly gifted this by Sunflower Station Press. So Sticky Time is a book of poetry. That's what I'll probably call it. It's about systems and screens, body and tech, grey kitties, and the feeling that past, present, and future are all mashed together in one sticky swirl. There's a lot of reoccurring eczema, Wi-Fi blackouts as existential triggers, and digital fixation as emotional sludge. And the author tries to gather her scattered self into something like a home again. It's a poetry collection that feels like licking an electrical socket at 3 a.m. whilst doom scrolling Instagram. So the poems themselves vibrate between surreal and the relatable. So you've got disembodiment, tech-fried attention spans, and the sense that time is both sprinting and lying face down on the floor. Underneath the weirdness, there's some tenderness. It's a chronicle of trying to stay whole while the self keeps fracturing like a dropped phone screen. Oh, I hope my voice isn't annoying to you guys because I can hear myself. I'm so nasal. It was a lot about eczema flare-ups becoming metaphors about being an alien in your own skin and how we are tethered to our screens. I used to, when I was younger, have severe eczema, so I could relate to a lot of the feelings to do with the eruptions and craters and fissures of eczema, not only erupting on your skin, but also probably reflecting inner turmoil as well. I found that the poems, as they progressed, became calmer towards the end. There was something about the style of the poetry that reminded me of Charlie from Always Sunny and the way that he writes, and if you know, you know. But I will read you one of the poems from this book. I'm really sorry about my voice. I probably should have waited another week. But as you know, us book content creators are always on a schedule. So this poem is called I Ask the Math. How long is always? And the stone drops, drains my ears. I swallow all my selves, walk outside the rigid hours. I've never been ready, and there's the source of all my heavy. Mourning, reading, masturbating, thinking how if you want, you don't have. Like how cockroaches feel earthquakes from miles away. Like how I don't know anything until I taste it. So dip your toes in a bath of moons. Things have to happen. Murder the screens that scatter self beyond self. Listen. Spider is God. Web is time. Sometimes I don't see them when I'm walking at night. The threads cling to my face. But if I get God in my mouth, I won't chew. I'll wait to spit. Listen. Silence is impossible. Solar rays make a noise. We are held to the ground by numbers, not knowing why. So be a good. Answers come in days, love, hours, that ask and the stone rises. You lost a key but have another. There's too much I speaking to self. Stop being so vain. Stop being compulsed. If you kill a spider on purpose, you're probably cursed. Unzip from the stream and remember, 1 + 1 is 1. And the final book that I read for this reading vlog is The Morning Wood Tree by Siggy Shade. This is for the girlies who thought, forget Thor and Loki. I want that Yggdrasil wood. Dendrophiliacs rejoice. This is a bonkers, high camp, erotically unhinged romp that somehow still manages to be a sweet, emotionally supportive romance. But please, please check all the trigger warnings, bro. This book opens up with our FMC finding out that her new husband's family have some fucked up practices they want her to be a part of.
Bitty.
All right then. Do excuse me. The other place.
When she says hard pass, they threaten to kill her, and so she runs for her life into the forest, and there she meets Yggdrasil. At first, he wants her blood, but then he finds out she has far tastier liquids to offer him, ones that are much more fun to consume. And thus begins our sex and violent death romp. This was very creative. It is definitely rated R. It is highly kinky and unusual. As usual, we have some flavored male specimen liquids, and they taste like maple syrup and honeyed flowers. I'm trying to keep it tame. There are triple peens and a lot of sap. There's also a lot of murder in this as well. Besides all of the freaky deaky sex and violent killings, the book touches on Norse mythology and the tale of Scheherazade and also Pinocchio. It is very memorable. Now, I need you to understand that I do not rate erotica books by the same metrics that I rate all other genres of books. Erotica, especially because I mostly only read monster erotica, has its own rating system. It exists in its own universe, okay? So for me, as a monster erotica, I am rating this a 3.5. Do with that what you will. But those were the books that I read for this Get Real Weird With It vlog. I am only going to do 3 books per vlog going forward, just to keep it more manageable for me. And to sum up the books I read, there was The Slip by Merriam-Webster, short stories featuring Aussies getting up to shenanigans. We then had Sticky Time by Alex Moreno, A surreal, sticky trip through fractured identity, warped time and bodily weirdness, and then The Morning Wood Tree by Siggy Shade. A woman fleeing an ancesty family falls in love with a magical horny tree that tries to eat her, discovering he's the best partner she's ever had. Those were all of the weird books that I read for this reading vlog. Let me know down below a weird book that you've come across or that you've enjoyed in the past. I was going to say something really dirty then regarding wood, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it clean, San Diego. Until next time, stay weird, Star Child.
We are the weirdos, mister.